Hi everyone, this is the weather hazard briefing from the National Weather Service here in Pocatello for Monday, February 20th. We've got an active weather pattern that is set up and is going to bring us some heavy snowfall totals for parts of the area and strong wind gusts for pretty much everyone, especially as we go through the first half of this week. But then colder temperatures come in on the backside of this system, and that will be impacting us through the middle and end of the week. So we're going to talk about all of that as we go through the weather hazard briefing today for February 20th. Here are some of the key points. Snow is currently ongoing as of this morning through the higher elevations of the east and southeastern highlands and parts of the southern hills. We've got some breezy winds already today, and they're going to be gusting even higher as we go through Tuesday. Keep in mind, with breezy and gusty winds, we will see some patchy blowing and drifting snow. Again, all of this is setting the stage for an extended period of active weather. That is through today, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then some cold Wednesday into Thursday especially. So this active weather pattern continues, really most impactful to the first half of this week. Again, colder weather behind it as we go Wednesday into Thursday. This is in part brought to us by an atmospheric river. That moisture is helping provide enough snowfall over several days, so it's a bit more of a long duration snowfall event. Now, not everyone is going to see high snowfall totals, but it doesn't take much snow and a lot of wind to cause a lot of issues. And for some of us, we'll likely see a bit of a rain-snow mix, especially here in the lower elevations of the Magic Valley and the lower Snake Plain. We'll talk about that too. And again, it is going to be breezy to gusty at times. In fact, some of the strongest winds on Tuesday will likely see 40 to 60 miles per hour. Again, this is going to be for a pretty large portion of the area. Here's a big picture view. Now, the main system is sitting off of the west coast, but you can see with this ridge out to our west, it's bringing all of that moisture, and that's part of that atmospheric river there, up along the northern edge of that ridge, and as it comes down to the southeast, it pretty much comes straight into Idaho. And, you know, we're not the only ones getting in on this system, but it is bringing it right to our doorstep, and this is as of this morning. This is satellite imagery here. A little bit different view of it, a little bit closer to home for us, or a smaller view, close-up view you could call it. Shows the cloud cover streaming in, and that is the moisture that's coming in thanks to that atmospheric river. Again, already bringing snow to mainly some of the higher elevations in the eastern and southeastern highlands this morning. They're going to be the ones who see more of that snow today. And then as we kind of get into Tuesday, those of us at the lower elevations will start to see some more of that moisture working its way down to us. Our weather risk outlook grid for the day, well, for the next couple days, shows a lot of minor, moderate, and even at times major impacts due to this winter storm system moving through the area. Again, some parts of the southeast and eastern highlands are going to see some of the highest snow totals. Parts of the central mountains are also going to get a decent amount of snow, and those of us in the lower elevations will see a bit of a rain-snow mix. These winds are going to be impacting everyone, especially as we go through tonight and into Tuesday. So we're going to see some of the strongest wind gusts, but really it's going to be until about Thursday that those winds finally start to back off and calm down a little bit. So unsurprisingly, we have quite a few highlights out for the area as far as winter storm warnings, wind advisories, winter weather advisories. All of these have some slightly different timings on them, but generally cover impacts expected across the area through today, Monday, Tuesday, and into part of early Wednesday there. So again, keep in mind, these are our snow totals over several days. This is not just a 24-hour period, not just a 48-hour period. This is technically from very early Monday morning through Wednesday night. That's why we have some very high snow totals. This is over several days. So when you wake up on Tuesday morning, don't ask why you haven't seen 6 to 8 inches in some areas yet. That's because you'll maybe have an inch or two today, an inch or two tomorrow, another inch or two. You get the picture as we go through the next several days. High temperatures today and tomorrow. A lot of us are going to be in the 30s Some parts of the Magic Valley make a push towards 40 degrees, in part because it's actually relatively warm early this morning, and then temperatures warm up a couple more degrees before our cold fronts start to come through, and then temperatures are going to be dropping by the time we get to Wednesday and into early Thursday morning. But also because we've got temperatures above freezing in parts of the Magic Valley and Lower Snake Plain, that's why we likely see a bit of a rain-snow mix as this moisture makes its way down to the valleys. So here's a look at some of our snowfall amounts for the rest of today. Again, for some of us, these are very low totals. In fact, some of us could see almost no snow throughout the day today. You'll notice the highlighted areas are into parts of the Central Mountains up near Stanley, and then through the eastern and southeastern highlands. Down near Montpelier, a couple inches, over near Driggs, a couple of inches, and even near Swan Valley, a couple of inches. So you get the picture. Not everyone is going to see a lot of snow today, but some of us will start to see the snow adding up. Wind gusts as we go throughout the day today. They are going to start howling as we kind of get into late Monday, early Tuesday. So as of currently, early this morning, we've got some winds gusting up to about 20-25 miles per hour. As we get into the afternoon, those are going to start gusting closer to 35 miles per hour. Then early Tuesday morning, wouldn't be surprised if we see some wind gusts closer to 40 to even 50 miles per hour. Again, a lot of this is going to be impacting most of the area. So even those of us that see just a little bit of snow, when you have a half an inch of snow getting blown by 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts, that of course is going to have a big impact on travel. So that is something to keep in mind, especially for Monday night into Tuesday morning. Now we're going to start to see a little bit more snow working its way into the area on Tuesday. For those of us where temperatures are a little bit warmer, we likely see a bit of a rain-snow mix. Up in the higher elevations, expect pretty much all snow, and so on Tuesday I think we'll start to see the snow pile up a bit more. Again, that goes from 1 to 2 inches in some of these spots on Monday to suddenly 2 to 4 inches on Tuesday. Again, this is a long duration event. It's not going to all fall at once. This is falling over several days. We get into Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, the graphic on the right here. Again, mainly highlighting parts of the southeastern and eastern highlands. Things are winding down a little bit in the Central Mountains by Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. Wind gusts, though, are going to be strong pretty much throughout the entire day on Tuesday. Finally, as we go Tuesday night into Wednesday morning, we'll start to see wind gusts backing off a little bit. Keep in mind, this is still 20, 25, 30, 35 mile per hour wind gusts. Snow will still be falling at this time, making visibility, down to less than a mile probably in some places, maybe even less than that. So travel probably not going to be great as we go throughout the day on Tuesday or even into part of Wednesday. We'll still probably see some impacts there too. Temperatures as we get into Wednesday. Temperatures in the morning, well, not going to be very warm. A lot of us are going to be back down to the single digits, some low teens for our temperatures. And as we get into Wednesday afternoon highs, some of us won't move a whole lot. Highs will be still in the teens, and some of the warmer areas in part of the Magic Valley will make a run towards that 30-degree mark. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, we finally start to see the winds back off a little bit. Wind gusts up to about 35-40 miles per hour will become a bit more isolated. But again, this is still going to be impactful. We're still going to have snow falling in some of these areas. So I know all the road crews are going to be out doing their best, but it's pretty hard when you're fighting against some of those 40 to 50 mile per hour wind gusts on the roads. That, of course, makes for a lot of blowing and drifting snow. We'll still see some light snow throughout the day on Wednesday, again adding up to a couple more inches across a good portion of the southern hills, the southeastern highlands, the eastern highlands, some light snow still in the Central Mountains. We could see 1 to 2 inches along parts of the Snake Plain. So again, we're going to continue to see snow on and off over the next several days. Thursday morning, going to be a cold one. A lot of us dropping back below zero or close to it. The warmest temperatures Thursday morning, likely in the low to mid-teens. Thursday afternoon, not a particularly warm one, but very similar to Wednesday. Finally, as we get into Thursday morning and then Thursday night, winds a bit more manageable. Some gusts closer to about 20, maybe 25 miles per hour. So again, snow is already ongoing early this morning in the higher elevations of the east and southeastern highlands and parts of the southern hills. We're going to continue seeing snow on and off over the next several days. Again, an atmospheric river event like this provides moisture for several days. That's why it's not all happening at once. But again, we're going to see a couple inches here, a couple inches there, Monday, Tuesday into Wednesday, with the highest snow totals really through parts of the eastern highlands, southeastern highlands, central mountains. You'll see a couple inches out of this too, which is why, of course, we've got the winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, wind advisories in effect for almost the entire area as we go through the first half of this week. So this active weather pattern continues through Wednesday and is going to be cold once things start to wind down as far as the snow goes, especially Wednesday night into Thursday morning. Again, winds are going to have an impact. You have a very strong wind, even just a little bit of snow is going to make travel difficult, if not dangerous at times. So keep that in mind. Make sure you plan ahead. Check the 511 website to see if there are any road closures, things like that. Make sure you've got your winter car kit ready in case you would happen to get stuck or stranded somewhere. Make sure you can stay warm. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, of course, you can always send us an email or give us a phone call, and we will be posting, of course, updates to the forecast on social media, and you can always check in on these briefings each morning. Otherwise, have a great day. Stay safe.